Ravi Sharma used to be the most unremarkable boy in the hostel. His days were plain. Wake up, go to class, eat from the same corner food stall, return, study, sleep, repeat. He wore the same pair of jeans for nearly a year and mended them twice. If anyone had asked about him, they would say, Ravi? Oh, the quiet one with the always dying phone. But everything changed that January. It started subtly. A new phone, sleek and spotless. Then came a smartwatch, followed by wireless earphones. Still, no one asked too much. Students saved up. Maybe he did too. But the real surprise came 2 weeks later when Ravi arrived at campus in a dark gray Hyundai Verna. Polished, new, and very much not the kind of car a hostel student would own. The whispers began. Arjun, Ravi's roommate and best friend, was the first to raise an eyebrow. He had known Ravi since their first year at the Indian Institute of Technology in New Delhi. He knew Ravi's father worked at a railway station ticket booth. He also knew that Ravi's family had struggled to send tuition fees every semester. So how could Ravi now afford branded trainers, daily food deliveries, and weekends away to Manali? New job? Arjun asked, half joking, as he noticed Ravi had ordered sushi for lunch. Ravi smiled but did not answer. That night, Arjun stayed awake, staring at the ceiling fan. There was something not right about all this. He wanted to believe it was nothing. But Ravi's silence was loud. And then came the turning point. Arjun walked into their room early from class one day. Ravi was not there. His laptop, however, was wide open on the desk. At first, Arjun just meant to shut it. But curiosity held him. What he saw on the screen stopped him cold. A folder, plain white, labeled in a way that did not fit Ravi's usual messy desktop. Client list 2025_encrypted. Something about it made Arjun's chest tighten. He did not open it. But the silence in that room, the weight of that single file, and the sudden wealth of his best friend began to tie into a thread Arjun did not want to pull. But it was already too late. The thread had begun to unravel. The folder haunted Arjun for days. He could not stop thinking about it. He did not open it that afternoon, but the name kept replaying in his head like an unfinished sentence. Client list. Encrypted. For what? Who were the clients? And what was Ravi doing with them? Arjun began to notice things he had not paid attention to before. Ravi's screen always faced away from him now. His phone never left his side. Even in the bathroom, it went with him. Notifications were always muted. Apps were hidden. And one night, Arjun caught a glimpse of Ravi's face lit by his screen at 3 a.m. Eyes fixed. Expression blank. Completely still, like a statue under digital trance. One Sunday morning, while Ravi was out playing football, Arjun took a chance. He unlocked Ravi's laptop using the old password they used to joke about in first year. Sharmaji ki beti 123. It still worked. The desktop was different now. Clean. Almost too clean. Only one folder remained on the main screen. Not the client list. This one was named. Accounts final. Arjun hesitated. Then he clicked. What opened was not a spreadsheet, but a browser-based dashboard. Numbers rolled across it, transactions, account names, currencies, conversions. And an icon in the corner, CryptoSafe. Arjun's blood ran cold. He did not know much about crypto, but he knew it was the playground of both startups and shady dealings. The amounts he saw on the screen were not small. Thousands. Tens of thousands. In dollars. Not rupees. Suddenly, a sound behind him. The door. Ravi had returned. Arjun slammed the laptop shut and jumped back into bed, heart racing. Ravi paused at the door. He looked around the room, eyes narrowing for half a second. Then smiled. Bro, you still asleep? Arjun nodded. Yeah. Just woke up. But inside, everything had already changed. The trust was gone. What replaced it was a single, biting question. Who is Ravi Sharma? News spreads fast on campus. Rumors travel faster than light. By midweek, people had started noticing Ravi's transformation. The expensive clothes. The car. The sudden lack of stress about exams. Did you hear? One student said in the canteen. He's dating someone from a modeling agency now. No way. I heard he won some big online game tournament. No, bro. I swear he's doing something illegal. You do not get rich like that in 2 months. Arjun stayed quiet. He listened to everything. He said nothing. But what bothered him was not what people were saying, it was who was listening. There were 2 new students who had started showing up more often around Ravi. They were not in his course. Not even from their department. One had a distinct scar under his left eye. The other wore aviator sunglasses indoors. They spoke little, observed a lot. Ravi never introduced them. But they were always nearby, watching. One evening, Arjun followed them after they left the campus cafe with Ravi. He kept a safe distance. Down the road, they stopped near a parked car. The scar-faced man handed Ravi a thick envelope. Ravi nodded and handed over a pen drive. Arjun ducked behind a tree, breath shallow. He knew what he had seen. A deal. This was no scholarship money, no tournament prize. This was a trade for something dangerous. As Ravi walked back alone, Arjun's phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Stop digging. This is bigger than you. Arjun deleted the message, but the words refused to leave his head. He tried to act normal around Ravi, try to smile at jokes, eat together, laugh. But inside, something had shifted. Ravi noticed. You okay, man? He asked one night. You've been off lately. Arjun shrugged. Just exam stress. But that was a lie. Arjun had started researching. He stayed up late, reading about crypto laundering, digital middlemen, and something called identity brokering. It was a hidden industry, selling access, credentials, even clean identities for the right price. It clicked. That folder. The client list. The encrypted format. Ravi was not selling products. He was selling people. Arjun found a name in one of the online forums. A whistleblower who once spoke against such operations, now under protection. The post had a line that chilled Arjun. It always begins with a clean folder, a clean car, and a dirty deal. He remembered the Hyundai. The next morning, Arjun decided to confront Ravi. But when he reached the hostel room, Ravi was gone. Not just gone, everything was. Laptop, clothes, books, even the bedsheet. Only one thing remained on the desk. A note. One line. You should have stopped digging. A week passed. Ravi did not return. Campus was buzzing with questions. Some said he got a job abroad. Others claimed he was suspended. No one knew the truth. Except Arjun. He could not sleep. Not with the memory of the note. Not with the image of Ravi handing over that pen drive. One afternoon, Arjun received a call from an unknown number. A calm voice said, Connaught Place, Central Park. Come alone. 5 p.m. The call ended. Against every rational thought, Arjun went. He stood near the large fountain, eyes scanning the crowd. Then he saw him. A tall man in a gray jacket. He was not Ravi. But he held Ravi's notebook. You are Arjun? He asked. Arjun nodded. The man handed over the notebook. This was left for you. I am only the courier. Arjun took it. Where is Ravi? The man turned away. You will not see him again. Inside the notebook, there were pages of scribbles, diagrams, numbers, web addresses. On the last page, written in Ravi's handwriting. If you are reading this, I have crossed a line I cannot return from. But maybe you can still get out. The notebook was not just a diary. It was a map, a manual, a confession. Arjun spent 2 nights decoding what Ravi had left behind. Some of it was gibberish, some in code, but some pages revealed everything. There were flowcharts showing how Ravi routed digital identities, real names stolen from school records, other leaks, job applicant databases. They were cleaned, modified, and resold. A whole network existed beneath New Delhi's surface, running silently through cracked apps and stolen Wi-Fi. Ravi was not alone. He had been recruited. Arjun pieced together names, nicknames, payments. One name kept appearing, Naveen. Listed often beside high-value transfers. Always connected to something called the hub. The hub, as Ravi described, was not a location. It was a digital room, hosted on the dark web, changing addresses constantly. And the Scarface man? He was a broker. Not a student. Not even from Delhi. Arjun realized this was deeper than he thought. He thought about going to the police.
But how?
He had a notebook, not proof. Ravi was missing, and someone had already warned him off. Then, late one night, he received another message. This time, not a threat. Just a question. Do you want in? Arjun did not reply. But now, he knew they were watching him. His phone began acting strange, apps crashing, battery draining. Emails undelivered. Random Wi-Fi networks appearing wherever he went. He was being tracked. He visited a cybersecurity student he once tutored, Fatima. He told her half the story. Enough to ask for help. She agreed. They ran diagnostics on his phone and laptop. Found 2 trackers. One embedded through a fake software update. The other hidden inside an innocent-looking notepad app. They wiped everything. Fatima gave him a burner phone. Whatever you are into, get out, she warned. This is not student prank stuff. These are professionals. Arjun nodded. But he was already in too deep. Ravi's words echoed. Maybe you can still get out. But Arjun was not ready to leave. Not yet. He wanted answers. He wanted to find the hub. Using clues from the notebook, Arjun found an access point. A set of phrases and time-based codes that aligned with a specific browser on the Tor network. He entered the string at midnight. The screen went black, then flashed blue. A login page. Logo, a hollow triangle. Below it, the words, "Welcome to the hub. Access requires validation." He clicked. A question appeared. Do you have a handler? Arjun typed, Naveen. The system hesitated. Then let him in. What he saw made him sick. Listings. Not for drugs or weapons. But identities. Faces. Government credentials. Even exam results and job approvals. All available for purchase. It was a market of souls. Ravi had been working here. Buying and selling lives. Arjun's screen recorded everything. Every link, every transaction, every contact number. But he knew even with this he could not go to the police. He needed someone bigger. Someone who would not be silenced. Then he remembered Fatima. She was not just a student. Her sister worked for a digital rights NGO. There was a chance. A risk. But Arjun was done being afraid. Arjun met Fatima again, this time in public, in a crowded bookshop. He showed her everything. She agreed to help. Together, they set up a secure dump and sent the files to the NGO. Encrypted. Verified. 2 days passed. Then it happened. A nationwide sting. News broke of a dark web ring operating out of universities and data centers across Delhi and Bangalore. Several arrests followed. Arjun waited to hear Ravi's name. But it never came. Instead, one name dominated the headlines. Naveen Kapoor, a businessman and tech investor with ties to multiple student startups. Photos of seized hardware. Crypto wallets. Documents. Faces blurred. But Ravi's name was never mentioned. It was as if he had vanished long before they got close. Months passed. Arjun graduated. The NGO offered him a quiet thanks. No public credit. For his own safety. He agreed. He never spoke about Ravi again. Not even to Fatima. But sometimes, on late nights, he checked old email folders. He reread that last note. I have crossed a line I cannot return from. But maybe you can still get out. One day, while walking near India Gate, he saw a street artist painting digital portraits. A crowd had gathered. Arjun stopped. The artist looked familiar. Not exactly like Ravi, but something in the eyes, the posture, the hands. Their eyes met briefly. The artist gave a small smile, then looked away. Arjun walked on. He never looked back. But he knew. Somewhere out there, Ravi Sharma still existed. Not as a student, not as a friend, but as a ghost, living between the wires.